What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JBsports back again with another one. I'm going to talk about Eddie Hearn, the press conference he had today in London promoting the Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua, the rematch down there in Saudi Arabia. Said a lot of interesting things during that press conference. One that caught my attention was he said the fight is going to take place at 9 p.m. UK time. That means that the fight is going to be here in the United States. That means if you live on the East Coast, the fight's going to be at 3 in the morning. And if you live in a central time zone like myself, Houston, Texas, the fight's going to be on at 2 in the morning. They know the fight is going to be on the app, DAZN. Then you got it on in the middle of the night, which is going to be less viewership. But maybe they want it that way. You know, the kind of stuff that they about to put on down there is going to be very interesting. Maybe they don't want a lot of eyeballs that actually watch this and maybe can see, hey, hold up, man, this is not right, man. I watched this fight, man, and this, that, and that happened. But if you got limited viewership, you know, in the United States, a lot of the people, simply ain't gonna be able to watch the fight. So all they gonna do is read up on the winner, and they'll be like, oh, Anthony Joshua won his belts back. He stopped Andy Ruiz in the 5th round, combination of punches, and Ruiz was hurt, and they stopped the fight without actually being able to look at the fight and see how the fight played out leading up to that moment. I'm just saying if it happens like that. That's what I'm saying about this fight happening at 3 in the morning East Coast time, 2 in the morning Central time. That's gonna be real interesting, man. Hopefully Andy Ruiz and Al Heyman, they'll have a neutral referee, not a referee from the UK. Bring a referee from another country. The judging need to be neutral, or if you got 3 judges. If you do have one judge from the UK, have one judge from the US, and then the 3rd judge be from Canada, for example, be from a different country, and that make sure the playing field is a level playing field. Make sure you're not putting in that kind of shenanigans. A lot of people saying, well, it's not in the UK, so Andy Ruiz was worried about the fight, being in the UK and they not having the right testing and things not being on the level playing field, so that's why they moved it to Saudi Arabia. Yeah, they moved to Saudi Arabia, but Matchroom and Eddie Hearn are still running the show. So they still in control of the refereeing and the judging. Unless Saudi Arabia is going to step in and bring in the judges and the referee. And I find that hard to believe, simple fact that they're neophyte in far as boxing. They haven't put on a lot of boxing shows, especially a fight of this caliber. So they're going to probably, let Eddie basically run the show down there. They're going to let him have full reins as far as, how the shows get put together, basically. As far as, like I said, the judging and the refereeing. So Andy Ruiz got to, put his foot down and say, look here, man, we already calling to a foreign country. I know you're saying that, okay, we moved the fight to a neutral venue. Well, it's 2 hours from the UK, and it's what? They say, how far is it from the United States? It's going to be, it's 2 hours, so that's 7 o'clock, basically, in Saudi Arabia, and you're looking at, 3 in the morning, East Coast time, so you're looking at 8-hour time difference, around about an 8-hour time difference, at least that. Going by what Eddie Hearn said about being 9 p.m. UK time, and there being a 2-hour, I don't know if it's a 2-hour time difference, I think it was like a 2-hour plane ride from there, so maybe it's probably more of a time distance difference in the United States than I said 8 or 9 hours. I heard some people report that it was 16-hour time difference. So you got a 16-hour time difference, as much as a 16-hour time difference for Andy Ruiz, and then you got people that can come from the UK and fly over in 2 hours and stuff like that. It's like, it's probably not gonna be a lot of UK fans flying to Saudi Arabia, a country that is a Muslim country, and a country that's had issues with Western countries like UK and the USA and stuff like that. So it won't be a lot of fans flying down there, for that reason and for safety. So it's gonna be real interesting to see how this thing plays out, man. But it's a couple of things that he mentioned that already raises my eyebrow about, like I said, the start time. He knows that means it's gonna be on in the middle of the night in the USA. So why is he wants to fight in the middle of the night in the USA, knowing that he wants to upgrade the DAZN subscription? So that leaves me the fact that he's not necessarily worried about DAZN and their subscription. He's worried about getting that title back in Matchroom Boxing hands. And I think he's going to pull a fast one if Andy Ruiz and Al Heyman are not careful. They need to stay on top of this and make sure the referee and the judging is on par. That's my 2 cents on it, man. But I'm about to get up out of here, man. Just want to do a quick video on that. And another thing before I get up out of here, man, another thing that I noticed, that everybody knows watching that video, where was Anthony Joshua? Where was Andy Ruiz? If you got a fight and you're launching a fight off in the conference promoter fight, why neither other fighters there? Neither fighter was there. Andy Joshua at least could have been there. It was in London. It was probably, you would think he could have got, he was in his home country. Why was he not there? And Andy Ruiz, you maybe can make a excuse for him, like, well, he's over in the United States, he would have to fly out here. And by the time, he was ready to get out here, we didn't want to wait on this press conference. We wanted to announce it. We're up against it. We're trying to build a stadium, build an arena, whatever the case may be. We're trying to build a facility to have the fight at. And we're up against the time frames. We didn't have enough time to get Andy out here from LA, which would have been, 9-hour plane ride to the UK. We didn't have no time for that. I can see maybe Andy Ruiz. I can kind of halfway buy that. I really can't buy that, but I can halfway buy him not being there. But for Anthony Joshua not to be there, and it's in London, that's where he's from. That's where he lives. Okay, set. You know what I'm saying? That's where he lives. Basically in the London. Maybe he lives on the outskirts, but he basically the press conference was in his home country, and he was not even there. That's crazy to me. But we'll see how it plays out, man. Just y'all, I'm gonna try to stay on top of it, man, and hopefully Andy Ruiz and Al Heyman will get some answers done. I don't think this fight is nearby as done as Eddie Hearn is saying it was in the press conference, talking about both fighters have signed off on it. Andy Ruiz signed off on it by agreeing to the first fight, and then with the rematch kicking in, he was automatically slated to make a $9 million flat fee. So if that's what you mean by signing off on it, that's not what I call signing off on it. That's called, you assuming that, you saying, well, I've got a contract saying that the rematch will automatically kick in if you win, if we exercise it, and you will make this set amount of money. So that's what it is. So you basically signed off on it because you signed off on the first fight, and that's basically with the rematch clause kicking in. Basically you agreed to this is what I'm gonna make on the rematch. And that's the set amount, and that's the contract. That's the contract, and that's what it says, and that's the language in it, and that's what it is. So we'll see, man. We'll see. That's what Eddie Hearn basically saying, because Andy Ruiz said he ain't signed off on nothing. He said, I think Saturday day, he hasn't even seen a contract. He hasn't seen one. He hasn't agreed to one. That's what he said. So, but now Eddie Hearn saying he signed off on it, and I just think he's basically saying, yeah, he signed off on it because he signed. But when we did the contract for the first fight, this was in the contract, and then, like he said, he know if he won, what he was going to have to do. Anthony Joshua could exercise the rematch clause, and he would have to fight him the venue and the place of their choosing, and he will make a set $9 in discussion. That's basically what Eddie Hearn is saying. But he's going to have to pay Andy Ruiz more money if he wants him to get on that plane and fly to Saudi Arabia and actually fight Anthony Joshua for those belts. He's going to come off some more money, despite what he said at the press conference. I'd like to get up out of here, man. Just doing a quick video on the Eddie Hearn's Smoke and Mirrors press conference up in London, man. And we'll see how it plays out. This is JB Sports, man, the myth, the legend. Holla.